Well, Monday Night Raw of episode 116 of the Wrestling Rundown, week 116.
Yep.
Installment 116. Wow. On that road to redemption I spoke of last week.
You know, I didn't fully believe you last week, but boy, am I fucking sold.
Well, let's just not dilly-dally.
Yeah. Let's get the less important stuff out of the way. We had 2 more squash matches. Nia Jax defeating Hayan, who was so sure of herself.
Had her face clotheslined off.
Yes.
First move of the match.
And then Braun Strowman defeated Americo, who stopped in the middle of his promo realizing what he had gotten himself into, and Braun Strowman proceeded to destroy him.
Honestly, though, it actually had nothing to do with Braun Strowman. It had just dawned on Americo that his 2 choices for president upcoming this year are Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump.
Oh. Yeah, not the greatest time to be an Americana luchador.
Well, he better hope Hillary wins then.
Oh yeah, he'll be on the other side of that wall.
He'll be on Donald Trump's shit list.
Real quick. We had Darren Young versus Titus O'Neil again.
Which only went to prove that, one, Darren Young is a better wrestler than Titus O'Neil because he beat him with a wrestling move.
And Titus O'Neil assaulted an old man and a gay black man again.
Yes.
Titus O'Neil, you are a terrible representative of being the superstar dad or whatever the you were. They're awful. Setting a horrible example for your children.
Yeah, fuck you. You fuck.
We also had Sami Zayn defeat Jinder Mahal. Sami Zayn's still going with that ankle. The ankle injury. Very interesting that they're still going with that. I'm wondering how long that's going to play out and what the end game for a storyline like
Kurt
that
Angle
is.
return imminent. And Jinder Mahal looking a lot taller than I remembered.
Looking like a real tall jobber. And it's just the way I like Jinder Mahal. A tall jobber. Because that's all he's worth. Sami Zayn picking up the win with a haluva kick.
That made a deadly thump noise.
Yeah, no, we were pretty sure Jinder's face had fallen to the outside of the ring after that kick. It was gnarly.
I'm going to check if his spinal column's still intact.
Yeah. And speaking of bad ankles, we had a rematch between Chris Jericho and Neville.
Good match.
These guys killed it. This was the opening match of the night, too. And it was... this was probably everything they were hoping that their first match was going to be. And
not their first match, but the match they had on Raw.
The match...
The most recent one they had.
Just before WrestleMania, when Neville got hurt and unfortunately wasn't able to go into the Intercontinental title match. But, you know, like...
These guys have great chemistry, though.
Yeah. Jericho was on point with everything. Neville was just... This was what Neville's needed since he came back.
Yeah.
Like, he's had some good matches, but this was the match to really say, hey, Neville is in top shape. He's still just as good.
Absolutely.
Storyline-wise, he wasn't that good because he did set up Jericho for the Red Arrow, and as he would go for it, Jericho would roll out of the way. Neville would land on his feet and then go for a Rana, only to have Jericho catch him and then put him in the Lion Tamer.
Yeah.
Thank you, Corey Graves. And like legit knee to the back of the head, just wrenching on Neville. Neville couldn't go anywhere. Neville taps out, and Chris Jericho picks up the win.
Yeah, I thought it was a good little game of one-upsmanship because Neville did basically the same thing earlier in the match when Jericho went for the code breaker.
Yeah.
And Neville caught him and held him and then did something with him. It was very much in that same vein where I felt like Jericho caught the Rana and was like, hey, guess what? I can do that better than you.
Yeah.
And then that was true because he won the match that way.
Exactly. We also had the second match in the best of 7 between Cesaro and Sheamus. Cesaro having a funny prior to it, saying that nobody likes Sheamus.
Part of the match.
It wasn't even part of the match. Oh, that's what you were getting at. The ending was pretty gnarly. I mean, it was Cesaro Sheamus. There wasn't anything out of the ordinary, until the end of the match.
Yeah, when Cesaro decided to see if they could do a spot where Sheamus would give him an enema with a ring post.
Sheamus backdropped him into those new
He's
LED posts.
Yeah, he's like, hey Sheamus, let's get something that we can thumbnail for browsers.
Oh god. I would not be surprised if it's out there. If it's out there, it's probably on the screen right now.
Yeah, no, he took a back body drop into the ring post.
Yeah.
Hit it butthole first, and
his ass just rode it all the way down. It was bad.
And then Sheamus made him tap out to the they call it the Irish cloverleaf.
The 4-leaf clover.
4-leaf clover.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Well, they just call it the clover leaf now. They called it the 4-leaf clover when he was babyface.
But smart for Cesaro to tap out immediately.
Yeah, knowing that he's got to do this match a few more times, you don't want to be sitting in a submission hold for a couple of minutes.
Especially after getting your back butthole slammed into the post.
Your back, as opposed to your front butthole.
No, or should I call it the way the commentators were calling it, his lower spine.
Your comment. So, is that what we're calling the asshole now? The lower spine. Oh man.
Things I say while watching Monday Night Raw.
Well, I think it was necessary because you did just watch Sheamus go up 2 on Cesaro.
Yeah.
So it warranted some.
It befit my mood.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
then the last match that was not title implications, we first off had Bayley meet the New Day.
Yeah, and they immediately became best friends.
Yeah, instantly. Instantly Bayley was the new best friend of the New Day. Dana Brooke didn't like it so much.
She tried to poop on the party.
Yeah. And
with her lower spine.
And her mouth, because she was talking shit.
I see what you did there. Because shit's another word for poop.
Very good, Hawk. Very good. And then, so she's saying, I was the reason I lost last week was because I wasn't ready for a match, but Charlotte wanted me to have the match. So, Bayley, you can go around, you can get your title shots if you want, but you're not going to beat Charlotte. And
and they jumped to her defense.
Yeah, and she's like, she felt a little offended, so she's like, well, you know what? I've actually been talking to a couple of real winners, that being Gallows and Anderson, and they don't like you very much. And they're like, go find Gallows and Anderson, and we'll have ourselves a 6-person tag team match. And they did.
They did.
But before that, we found out that Gallows and Anderson are no longer doctors. They're in the retirement business. Mm-hmm. They had an acronym that's pulled out old fart. I don't remember what it was.
And then Dana Brooke was their certified nurse on staff.
Yes, please. Yes, please. She actually came out in the scrubs and the little doctor mask thing, and she ripped the scrub off, which is exactly what I wanted her to do because it was hot. I'm starting to kind of like Dana Brooke. It's freaking me out. We did have, before they came out, we had Bayley dance. The New Day came out, and then it switched to Bayley's music, and then they all danced to Bayley's music.
We gave Bayley a unicorn horn.
Yes. Kofi,
or a light up head phallus.
Kofi fed her bootios.
Yes.
And Xavier Woods was still able to do the New Day trombone tune to Bayley's theme song.
Yeah.
And it became Bayley Rocks. And the crowd was just fucking into it. And the match was great.
The other thing I really appreciated was the fact that the club and Dana Brooke's entrance was very well put together.
Yeah, no.
They worked on it. And it looks like Dana could end up being she's the female member of the club.
She's the WWE version of Amber Gallows.
Yeah.
This was Dana did good, and we that's the only thing. Like, if Dana does good, the match is fine because I know I can count on everybody else.
Yeah.
The one thing you can always count on now, apparently, is Kofi trying to give you a heart attack.
He did that fucking jump out of the ring, then turn around and just trust fall. And he almost...
He trusts Gallows so much.
And it didn't pay off nearly as well this time.
No, so he he benefited more at SummerSlam than he did this time. He still hit it and didn't
but then
completely splat on the floor.
I mean, that was the last thing he did in the match.
Yeah,
when he got back, because that was the very end.
Yeah.
Because then very shortly after that, Bayley was able to sort of reverse something Dana Brooke was trying right into a hugplex.
Yeah, it was. Anderson ended up getting clotheslined by Biggie. Biggie got booted by Gallows, and then Gallows got dove on by Kofi, and then Bayley ended up doing almost a short arm into a hugplex, and then picked up the win over Dana Brooke.
And then Kofi got back in the ring and was stumbling around, while the rest of them seemed normally in their.
Kofi was a little worse for wear. It doesn't help him that he's the oldest of the group.
No,
he's got a little bit more age and time on his body than everybody else in that.
Yes, he does have some more Asian time on his body.
And you.
No, that's Carl Anderson.
I see what you did there, talking about his hot Asian wife.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm gonna Google that real quick.
All right, go for it. We also got an update on Sasha. I'm glad that they gave a little time on the pre-show, to say that it was not only was Sasha hurt, but Charlotte knew it and exploited it during the match at SummerSlam to make sure that she was taken out. So it's good that they're really adding a little bit more of that, so Sasha can have a really seamless transition back in when she does end up getting cleared. And then we did have Stephanie and Paul Heyman have their promo, which was Stephanie addressing what happened with Brock Lesnar. This promo was very strange, but I liked it. It was Stephanie trying to let everyone know that she understands the extremes of the situation. That after Orton, not only did Brock Lesnar put his hands on an official, but also hit the F5 on Shane, and she's just trying to prove that she's not taking sides. She's not trying to go easy on Lesnar. And Paul Heyman came out and tried to pay the $500 fine in $1 bills. Yeah,
he was throwing them at Stephanie like they were stripper tickets.
He was making it rain, which is one at a time. And Stephanie just batted the shit out of his hand, and it just went to the outside. And then it was weird. It was like Heyman was challenging her and trying to intimidate her, but also supposedly giving a heartfelt apology from Lesnar. It was really weird, and then it just ended with Stephanie going, "I accept your apology," dropping the microphone and walking away, and then Paul Heyman trying to make his face as small as possible with the world's creepiest faces he's ever made.
Oh my god! He shrunk all the features of his face into the size of a hotcake.
Well, did you see the first thing he did?
No.
As she walked away, he all of a sudden did this thing with his tongue where he's just like just his whole mouth just became his tongue.
She's pretty attractive.
Ladies and gentlemen, Carl Anderson does indeed have a hot Asian wife. But yeah, it was a weird, compelling, and just a very interesting promo that we had between Stephanie and Paul Heyman. I'm not sure where it's going. More than likely, it's a cross-brand match between Brock Lesnar and Shane McMahon, but I don't care.
Well, that's just the let's see what the next highest thing Shane will jump off of match.
I don't think it's worth it. It's not worth it for a match with Lesnar.
Shane will be German suplexed off the Tron.
If Brock Lesnar kills Shane McMahon, I don't know if I can hate Brock Lesnar anymore. But if he kills Shane McMahon,
no,
I will
think
find
Shane is immune from dying from long distance falls. He's already proven that on 3 different occasions now.
Yeah, but he's gone against capable people that are there to make sure he hits the right spot. Lesnar doesn't give a fuck. Lesnar will throw Shane wherever the fuck he wants. It's gonna be King of the Ring all over again, except Kurt Angle was a nice guy.
No, it depends on the money. it's a job to Lesnar, so...
He's a money-grubbing douchebag.
If the money is right, he will deliver Shane to a landing space.
Alright, let's talk about...
Literally a landing space, because he's going to be German suplexing him out of a helicopter, because that's the only feasible way they can get Shane to fall off something higher than places he's already jumped off of before.
Oh god, never mind.
Somehow Lesnar will also leap from the arena into the helicopter where Shane is, like just.
Oh, he'll do his vertical leap.
Yeah, his gazelle leap. He'll go over the security guard.
Anyway, let's move on.
And then he'll eat the helicopter and then shooting star press on the way down.
All right, let's move on to title stuff, where we open the show with Corey Graves hosting a panel of the 4 finalists heading into the Fatal 4-Way for the WWE Universal Championship. Everyone getting their time to talk.
I love what Seth did, where basically his shtick was, I'm already the front runner to win. I already have the momentum in my favor, so I don't need to talk. I'm going to give my extra time to Kevin Owens.
And Owens is like, oh, that's awesome. It's so nice of you to give me more time to talk.
Yeah, Kevin Owens was very patronizing.
Yes, absolutely.
During the whole thing. Cass definitely...
Cass came to play.
Trying to not be the weak link in the promo.
He was not intimidated by the amount of star power that was around him.
Yeah, and then Roman Reigns, in typical Roman Reigns fashion, let his actions do the talking.
Yeah, because
he just socked Kevin Owens in the face.
Yes, Cass had the I'm the biggest dog in this fight, and then Owens went, Roman, that's what you say, and then it started to build, and then Rollins said some shit, and then
I just look at the idea that Roman got up, and then he was looking at Seth or Cass, who's like, oh yeah, you want to say that? You want to say that? Well, fuck you! And punches Kevin Owens.
It's because Owens was laughing the whole time. He's like, oh, this is great. Oh fuck, I got punched in the face. And so yeah, then it was just who could get the advantage over the other 3 heading into the match, and
Roman stood tall at the end of the exchange.
We'll go straight to the match. We had video packages throughout the night.
One for each guy.
For all 4 guys. We know who these people are.
Big Cass's was the shortest.
Well, that's because he's only been on the roster for so long. Obviously, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns probably had the most put into their video packages just because they've been on the roster for as long as they have.
Yeah.
And then Kevin Owens, decent.
All 4 of these guys worked their asses off in this match, though.
The crowd, from beginning to end...
all of Raw.
The whole show, the crowd was fucking into it.
So kudos Houston.
Yeah, Houston, Texas was on fire for this Raw, which definitely
Houston
helped.
and Fuego.
Yeah. And yeah, no, right off the bat, Owens just drops out. He's like, no, I'm gonna go. He goes over and he hangs out with Stephanie and Mick Foley, who are out there with the championship, and he's just taking his time. And then Rollins ended up getting tossed out to the other side. We had the face-off between Roman and Cass, and before they could do anything, both the heels came back in and attacked them both. And
a lot of good spots going on.
Just
Cass with the big boot to Roman Reigns. That was the cactus clothesline, but
they
big
both
boot status.
They both tumbled to the outside.
Kevin Owens did the cactus jack elbow drop,
and then got mad when Mick Foley did the bang bang. He's like, shut up.
Yeah. It was a good match, and they did have this sort of the strategy where Cass ended up kind of being targeted by everyone at some point during the opening third of the match.
Yeah, because we did find out at the beginning of the show that this was elimination style.
Yeah.
Which definitely added to the match. I'm glad they did it that way rather than one fall to a finish, because it really helped the match build to the moment that we got at the end.
Yeah. And then basically it ended up with Cass taking not finishers from everyone, but signature moves from everyone. and like he took the kneeling super kick from.
It was the Superman punch first, which kind of knocked him down,
and then this little kneeled super kick from Rollins, and then Rollins like tried to pin him, and when Cass shoved him off, Owens did his thing where he likes to jump off screen with his frog splash.
Yeah, so Owens eliminating Big Cass
to a huge fucking pop.
Yeah.
Not that the crowd was anti-Cass.
No.
The crowd was very pro Owens.
No, like the crowd was pro everyone that wasn't Roman Reigns.
Yeah. Because there would be constantly like, this is awesome chants after there's like a big spot, and then Roman Reigns would like punch somebody and it would immediately just boom.
Yeah, no, it's like anytime Roman Reigns got any type of advantage, it ruined the match. And so then, so we get a ton more of, these three established guys on the roster just kicking the shit out of each other.
A lot of near
eliminations.
So
many good near falls. A lot of... Kevin Owens got hit with 3 Superman punches.
Yeah.
And so Roman just, him and Seth do their thing. He ends up doing the powerbomb to Seth, and Seth kicks out of the sit-out powerbomb.
He hits the drive-by on both of them.
Yeah.
No, he hit the drive-by on Seth, and that's when he did his last Superman punch to Kevin Owens, because he did a little hop off the steps.
Yeah.
Superman punch.
And then he
turns
goes
around and does the spear on Rollins to the outside.
Yeah, so at this point, Roman Reigns is like...
driver's seat.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely ready to take this home. He's got both the guys knocked down. All he has to do is eliminate them. So as he starts to pick up Rollins to start to send him back in, he gets hit with a pedigree by Triple H.
Triple H, who has not been on Raw since WrestleMania.
His only appearance on WWE television since WrestleMania was when he greeted Cedric Alexander in the Cruiserweight Classic. That's the only time he has been on television. And so when that moment hit, it was sweet, sweet revenge from WrestleMania.
Yeah.
He takes out Roman Reigns.
Pedigrees him, throws him in the ring, and throws Rollins in the ring.
Yeah, so Rollins, who's still fucking out of it, is just like, oh, okay, I should pin Roman. 1, 2, 3. Roman is eliminated. So now the 2 top favorites of this match are ready to do battle, but Triple H isn't done. Triple H gets in. He
grabs Owens.
Yeah, grabs Owens, tosses him in. Rollins is already in there. Triple H is ready to send this home, and in the most unexpected thing, the thing that we knew was going to happen, especially with his build towards the main roster, Triple H chooses Kevin Owens as the new guy as he hits Seth Rollins with a pedigree, and Kevin Owens, in a moment of shock, pins Seth Rollins and is the new WWE Universal Champion.
So let's be real. Both Universal Champions thus far were top NXT guys.
Absolutely. And which just makes perfect sense. If you were going to have Finn Balor do at least a decent run with this championship, it only made the most sense to give it to the other most popular guy from NXT.
Yeah.
And so, fuck yeah, Kevin Owens, Universal Champion, Seth Rollins, gonna be going babyface.
Potentially.
Or
Triple H is going babyface now. Let's face it, he was responsible for Roman Reigns getting eliminated. He's about as fucking babyface as you can get right now for the crowd.
Well,
maybe Triple H came out and interrupted and interfered. Not just because he wanted Kevin Owens to win, but like, what if he was just so pissed off the way Paul Heyman acted during that promo to Stephanie that he just came out and just had to take his aggression out on somebody?
It just happened to be Rollins.
Yeah, well, at first it was Roman Reigns, and he threw him in the ring. He's like, okay, good, that's fine. And then it goes up to Rollins, and like before he hits him, he turned around. How come you didn't defend Stephanie, you asshole?
He turned around, saw Stephanie there, and went, "Fucking Paul Heyman just got in."
Or maybe he got really offended that like Seth went for that really uncomfortable hug on Stephanie.
Yeah.
We didn't mention there's a little pre-match.
The idea was it was Stephanie and Mick deciding that no outside parties were going to be allowed at ringside. The closest we got is Enzo came out with Cass, did the shtick, and then walked away.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there was nobody in anybody's corner on the outside until Triple H came out. So I'm wondering if that's going to have some sort of effect on.
It'll have an effect.
Well, the question being, everyone was supposed to be banned from ringside. So does that put Owens in an uncomfortable spot?
I don't think so, because it wasn't everyone was banned from ringside. It was just all friends and tag team partners.
So Jericho, Enzo.
Yeah.
That's about it. Because
J&J Security.
and Dean Ambrose. And the Usos.
Yeah.
Who are, luckily, they're both on SmackDown. But yeah, no, it was, with the exception of the few matches that didn't really mean all that much, Monday Night Raw fucking killed it this week.
Yeah.
And
let's see if SmackDown follows suit tomorrow night.
You know, I'm not worried about. There's only been one SmackDown where I went, man, this has been okay since the brand split. So I'm excited to watch SmackDown tomorrow. I don't have much to worry about.
Don't jinx it though.
I know.
You're coming into this like way overconfident.
I have faith in Shane and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
That's where
you
that's
have
where
faith
my
in Mick.
No.
Jolly old Saint Mick.
No, not really.
Man, you are not getting anything good for Christmas.
No. I haven't got. Anyway, we're not talking about Christmas. Monday Night Raw was awesome. That's it for the Raw review. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe.
Thank you, Kermit. Be sure to click all the links down in the description. They'll take you to all of our social medias.
We got lots of them.
For those of you that want to check out our 4 regular reviews in podcast style, that link is down there below.
The SoundCloud one.
For those of you that are listening on SoundCloud, there's a YouTube link down in the description
as
well.
Hey, it's the YouTube one.
Where you'll find all of our videos weekly in a playlist. You can go back, check out our indie news from yesterday, where we said goodbye to Mr. Fuji, and also geared up for not only the Battle of Los Angeles 2016, but also King of Trios from Chikara.
Yeah, there's also going to be tomorrow's SmackDown Rundown and the NXT/midweek wrap-up for you podcast listeners. For the non-podcast listeners, you'll get a little Cruiserweight classic action in your ear holes.
And I'll be running both them by myself because this guy decides he wants to go on a trip.
But I'll be back at the end of the week.
Yes.
Because I'll be giving you my second installment of my top 5.
Oh.
This time for the month of July.
Hey! And then we'll be coming back.
August.
Yeah, that's the one. That's
Augustus.
That's the month we're in. Then we'll be coming back next week with a ton of results for Indie News and whatever happens post this week's worth of. Actually, yeah, we'll be coming back with Lucha Underground that week. So
yeah, and then check out our other page, Reasonable Wrestling Fans. That's on YouTube.
Reasonable with a W.
Yes, like wrestling.
Just like wrestling.
W2F. Where in the very, 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 very near future,
shit,
I'll be hitting this guy with a kendo stick.
Son of a bitch. Yes, it's true. Unfortunately, our kendo stick was indisposed over the weekend, so luckily I escaped.
Yeah,
but it'll happen. You can also check out the other videos we have over there. We're going to be putting more up very soon. We have reaction videos like the one we have to the Final Deletion.
Unboxing videos.
Yes, which we'll be having another one of those come up.
Pro Wrestling Loop.
Yep. No. WrestleCrate.
WrestleCrate? Was it WrestleCrate?
Yes.
Yeah, WrestleCrate. That one.
WrestleCrate's the one we chose. That's why they're following me on Twitter. Thank you, WrestleCrate.
I just looked at the first name of a box I saw.
And we have Fantasy Warfare. He's going to be getting you drunk on wrestling. And Thomas Wolf likes to rant every now and again. So go check those out. Hit the subscribe over there. Hit the subscribe here. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Fuck Titus O'Neil. Goddamn senior citizen abusing horse-faced son of a bitch.
Congratulations, Kevin Owens.
Yeah, you're cool.